Okay, so my presentation is about the censorship of language. And I want to take a specific look at the government attempting to regulate the people's freedom of speech and what consequences that this may have. So, the debate or the controversy of the topic. I want to start with the second bullet on the presentation of Jordan Peterson. A bit of context of him: he's a Canadian professor who in 2016 was teaching at Stanford, and now he's at Toronto University. In Canada, Bill C-16 was passed. Bill C-16 stated that if someone requested that you use a certain pronoun towards them, you have to oblige. And if you don't, you can be penalized by being fined or by being jail time. In some interpretation of the law, you could be jailed for your speech. Jordan Peterson, he began to create lectures explaining his point of view of the topic. He didn't think that it was right that the government could penalize you over speech, that the government shouldn't have any say about what you get to say in society. And this, I believe, really started the whole controversy, as no one's really talked about it before him. And it created backlash within communities because there was a lot of support towards him, but there was also a lot of opposition against his viewpoint. And I also want to talk about hate speech, 'cause I feel, or the definition of hate speech at least. I want to, because I feel it's a big component over the whole controversy of censoring speech. I'm just gonna define it right now, and I'll come back to it in the next slide. Hate speech, as the OED defines it, is a speech or address inciting hatred or intolerance, especially towards a particular social group, on the basis of ethnicity, religious beliefs, sexuality, and all this inciting hatred or intolerance towards that group of people. Which, like I said, I'll come back to. Now my opinion is that language should not be decided by the government. I believe that the government doesn't have the right to be in our lives telling us what we can say and what we can't say. I think that should all be decided by social influences and by your own personal judgment. And who I like, who I feel I most relate to, and what I'm going to use as my evidence, I guess, is Dave Rubin in one of his lectures. And in that picture, that's him talking to a woman at one of his lectures, asking him a question about hate speech and if it should be censored. And I'm going to quote him here. He said, "You can say whatever you want to me, and guess what? I'll survive. And that's the price that you have to pay to live in a free society." And I completely agree with him in this point, that in order to be able to have free speech, you have to be able to take an insult. Yeah, you are able to say whatever you want, and you might be insulted, but you don't have to listen to the insult. You can insult them back. You don't have to take whatever insult that they give you. You don't have to just sit there and take it. If you don't want to listen to what they have to say, just don't listen. But again, that's the price that you have to pay. You have to be able to take that insult. You have to be able to hear it, but you don't have to pay attention to it. Another quote from this exact lecture is, "The idea that the government can come in and fix and manage all of these things is crazy." And again, this he was talking about all the social issues about speech and how hate speech is an issue that the government needs to control. And he talks how government shouldn't be in anything social. That's not their place. They have their responsibility is legal grounds. They shouldn't have to regulate what people say to one another. That's not the right way of going about it. And like Jordan Peterson said before, it's even in Canada, so a place so modern and so westernized is already like starting to impeach on people's or infringe on people's rights of speech. They're starting to say that you can't say certain things or you have to say certain things to these people. And I'm with Dave Dave and Jordan Peterson how it shouldn't be the government's place. And I feel like a lot of the controversies that is because of hate speech. People say hate speech shouldn't be a thing. Hate speech should be regulated. Oh, you insulted me, so I don't want to be insulted. And again, like David said, that's the price that you have to pay in order to live in a free society. You have to be able to take the insult. You have to be able to listen, and or just to not listen, just not care what people say about you. People might insult you, and you just have to learn to like either grow tough skin or turn the other cheek, or just walk away. And my final side is a call to action, or my final point is really this: do you feel it is more important being nice or being forced to be nice to one another by the government, by law, or to have the freedom to choose to be nice? Which one do you think would be more significant? Being forced to be nice or being choose to be nice? Thank you.